Hi everyone, it's Karin from Cafe Bebe, and I am here with a rant. I have just spent the last week, which is National Celiac Awareness Week, really struggling with living a gluten-free life. On Tuesday, I went down to London and went to a blogging event where I was asked about my dietary needs, and I did mention that I needed gluten-free whatever we were having, breakfast and lunch. And what we ended up having on offer were the strangest little salads. I still am getting so fed up with when you say to someone, a waiter or waitress or a chef or, maitre d', whatever, that you need gluten-free, they give you this expression. Like, what's gluten? What's gluten-free? I know it's perhaps not the most sexy food allergy, intolerance issue, dietary need, but I believe it's 1 in every 50 Britons is now being diagnosed with celiac disease. It's a common thing these days. And it's not something that is going to go away. The problem with celiac disease is that in order to feel good, be healthy, and survive, you have to never eat gluten again. Which means that life becomes really complicated. It's okay when you're in your own house, because obviously you control what you shop for, what you buy, what goes in your mouth. But when you go out and try to have lunch or try to have a snack, it is next to impossible to find something to eat. I live on, generally, jacket potatoes and beans is my go-to choice for my gluten-free lunch or dinner. You have to be much more vigilant about what you put in your mouth. You can't just take a gamble on something. You have to be careful about it. And even though there is better awareness about celiac disease and you can start to see at least things being marked more clearly in the eating establishments and in the stores, you still get these blank expressions of what do you mean gluten-free? Gosh, how do we do that sort of thing? There are restaurants and cafes that are making an effort, so I can't discount that. However, it is a pain in the ass to have to live and eat gluten-free. And especially being pregnant, I have to eat sort of every 2 to 3 hours so I don't hurl all over the place or feel really jittery or start to become manic. And, unfortunately, I'm not very good at preparing in advance, and I obviously need to learn to do better by bringing a bag of my own food and snacks to have with me. But I don't want to have to resort to that all the time. That's a pain in the ass as well, to have to lug along your own bag of food to sustain you just because no one else can seem to figure out how to use a gluten-free bread instead of plain old wheat or a baguette, for God's sake. I have experienced some nice salads, and I have found a couple soups along the way. But, God, it's not that difficult. There are gluten-free breads out there that you can make a sandwich on. And M&S, guess what? You don't need to charge £3.50 for a half of a sandwich that is made from gluten-free bread. So, I just have to say to all the people who own restaurants and manage restaurants and cafes, see if you can make a little bit more of an effort for us soldiers who have to bear up the burden of eating gluten-free. It's not fun. We don't really want to. I'd like to eat a baguette. I'd like to eat Wagamama's pasta again, but I can't. So, next time you, as a restaurateur or cafe owner, start looking at what your menu is and the things that you have to offer, consider the needs of people with allergy and food intolerances. Because we would be ever so much happier if we could just take part in food the way other people do. I really miss a lot of food things, and it'd be nice if we could have some other options besides jacket potatoes and beans. Thank you very much for listening. Sorry I had to rant. Again, I do appreciate my celiac disease, and it does make me feel much better to not be eating gluten. But life is challenging this way, and it would really be great if somebody could sort it out and make it just a little bit easier. In the meantime, I'm going to go to the store and stock up on gluten-free things, wrap them up in bags, and put them in my handbag so I don't have to starve to death next time I go out. Thanks very much. Have a nice weekend. Bye.